MLB The Show's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. Today we've got a good matchup ahead between the San Diego Padres and the Chicago Cubs. It's Cubs baseball next on the show. Chris Archer gets the assignment for the rubber match in this series. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, in this day and age where we're all into numbers and statistics, look at this whip, 1.10 or less. He has a sub 1.1. That's not an easy thing to do, especially in today's game where we see teams scoring a lot of runs. He doesn't walk very many guys, and he doesn't give up that many hits either. This is a real good pitcher and should be fun to watch pitch in this one.
Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. Oh, and a nice changeup that time gets him to swing right through it as the leadoff man is down on strikes to open up the ball game. Coming to the plate now, Trent Grisham. It's been a really slow start to the season for him, as you can see by the April numbers on your screen. One out, nobody on. Pulled toward right center field. And he will make the play out there, and there are two away now. And here's a chance to look at the starting nine for the visiting San Diego Padres. Who's the one to watch, Dan?
Well, I love watching Manny Machado do his thing. He's the team leader in runs batted in coming into this one. He just has a knack for driving in runs, whether the runner's at first base or he's at second or third. It just seems like he's always driving the guys in. He even told me, when I get to the plate, I'm in scoring position. That's the kind of mentality he has, and it works.
Heading out toward shallow right. And Springer will tuck this one in to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for San Diego. Now the Cubbies will get there. Joey Lucchesi, the southpaw out of the Golden State, gets the call here. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, this guy's had a solid year up to this point. It's not an easy thing to do in baseball this year with all the high-scoring games, but this guy has an ERA of sub-3, and that's saying something. If he continues to do that, I think you're going to see a really good performance out of him in this one.
Hey, boys, you talking about getting your ace swing off right here? That's what it looks like. A guy with massive power letting it eat.
And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
That swing tells me he was really trying to get a pitch out front and rip it down the line, but that wasn't a great pitch to do it on. It's really not the best two-strike approach either.
Sinker misses that time, and it's 2-1. Guys, these Padres, as they take the field this afternoon, they come in trying to rebound after a loss that snapped a modest 3-game winning streak.
Yeah, Matty, I've been really impressed with this team, especially on the recent road trip to start to it. They're 3-1 after 4 games, playing really fundamentally sound baseball. From offense to defense, pitching, it's all coming together for this group.
And there's out number 2. And a chance now from the north side of Chicago to check out the Cubs starting lineup. Who do you have your eye on, Dan?
Well, Matty, the guy I'm here to see is Big Chris Bryant. He's hit 5 home runs in his last 10 games, so he's got to be oozing with confidence right now. He's the guy in that lineup that these pitchers have to hold down if they're going to even try to be successful.
So now to the plate, Chris Bryant. Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one. 2 out, nobody on. Down the first baseline. And Hosmer won't be able to get a glove on it. It's a fair ball.
Batting fourth, the shortstop, Javier Baez.
Into the box, Javier Baez. Tried to crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. in the dirt, and now let's see. The throw will go to third, and it's too late as he's in there. The 2-2. Tried to bury one down and away, but it's a full count now, 3-2.
You would think in this situation, maybe with a base open, he'd just pitch around him and put him on first, but not with the guy in the on deck.
And the Cubs are going to strike first here. It's a base hit, and they have taken a 1-0 lead. The tag, and he is out at second. Only one in the inning for the Cubs. One inning in the books here. It's the Cubs 1 and the Padres nothing. At the plate, Fernando Tatis Jr. And he's looking to turn the page. The bat's been ice cold over the last 8 or so ball games. Just behind the fastball there, 2 strikes now.
When the pitcher on the mound's establishing this kind of heater, you got to come off everything else and find a way to get that bat head in the zone.
Now another 1-2.
I got to count 2-2.
Started to go. Did he hold up in time? Yes, says the first base umpire. It's ball 3 now. And that misses for ball 4. So it's a leadoff walk here to start the second. Eric Hosmer to the plate now. First chance for him here with a man on following the leadoff walk. The 2-1. There's a low changeup that's laid off. Dan, D-Row, the Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon, have got to be considered one of, if not the hottest team in baseball right now. Winners of 8 of their last 10 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, taking a look at the standings right here, this team has a nice lead, comfortable. You always want to find yourself in a position where you're about 5 to 9 games, got the advantage. You don't. One series isn't going to totally kill you in the standings, and this team's sitting pretty right now.
To 2-2 now. Oh, and you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number 2. Digging in, Ty France. First at bat for him in this one. He was 1 for 4 with a double in the ball game last night. 3-1 now, and I think he wanted to know where that one was.
That's a great call right there. Fastball away with a guy who's got some jets on first base, almost like a hybrid pitch out. Great for a catcher if that guy's running. Easy transfer throw to second base.
A swing and a miss on a ball way outside the strike zone, and the inning is over. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And coming forward, the veteran outfielder, Jorge Soler. Swing and a miss on the sinker, and it's 1-2. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. Here he comes again, 1-2. And a check swing here, but the bat clearly breaks the plane as he's set down for the first out.
Fooled him just enough with that pitch to get him to go around, according to the umpire. Sometimes it can be really tough for these big, strong guys because once they're committed to swinging, it's hard for them to slow their swings down, and that appeared to be the case there.
1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Now the pitch. Hard hit to first. And he whiffs on it as this ball's right under his glove. So coming to the plate, Ben Zobrist. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. Grounded down the third baseline. But this will get foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Inside and a hair low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
Not a bad time right here to put that runner in motion. 3-2 count. You send the runner, and if it's a bad pitch, it's ball 4.
Full count still. Runners off for second. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Grisham is there now, and he has it. 2 gone. Ready now, Victor Caratini.
Victor Caratini.
2-2 to the Cubs catcher. Back up the middle. And that finds its way through for a base hit.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
To the plate now, Albert Almora. And that is in there at the letters to run it full. 3-2.
Great job by the pitcher right there, changing eye levels. We all know he's a sinker ball pitcher, but if he could...
Hold on now, that ball is down and could score a run. And he is in there at the plate. It's now a 2-0 game.
Dan, as a former infielder, I apologize for him. Nothing's more frustrating or upsets you more as a defender than making an error and seeing that guy come around the score.
You know what? And that's one of those cases as a pitcher, D-Row. There's not much you can do. Listen, there are physical and there are mental errors, and you just have to, as a pitcher, go ahead and look past that.
And the throw to first is there. The inning is over. The sights and sounds of a day at the ballpark.
Welcome back to Wrigley Field, home of the Cubs, who've proven to have one of the best pitching staffs in baseball this year. To start the day, they've given up the fewest home runs of any other pitching staff in the league, which has certainly led to accumulating one of the best ERAs in the league as well. One of their pitchers told me, all of our guys have stuff that dances around. We don't throw a lot of straight stuff, so we make it really tough on hitters to barrel us up. Especially in today's game, limiting the home run ball is a great avenue to success, guys.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. Heading out towards shallow right. Therefore, it is Springer, and he's got it for the first out. So with 1 away, time for a check of the standings now in the National League Central as you see where the Cubs find themselves entering play here today. Into the box now, Francisco Mejia. And as you can see, he's seen that average climb the last week or so. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. Swung on, but fouled off to the left. The 2-2. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. But this will wind up being a foul ball. And he takes ball 3, so it's a full count now.
You could pretty much book it that a fastball's coming. A challenge fastball right here. He cannot allow the 9-hole hitter to get on base with the top of the order looming.
Striding in, Tommy Pham. 0 for 1 here in the early going. 2-1 to count. Mejia leads off first with 1 away. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. There to pull it in is Soler, and there are 2 away. Settling in now, Trent Grisham. The 1-1 is strike 2 swinging.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Count.
And that's going to be high. 2-2 now. Working for the punch out and the offering. Pitch in the dirt, and that gets away. And he'll make it into scoring position here with 2 away, as that'll be scored a wild pitch. Here comes the payoff pitch. Padres still with the big goose egg in the hit column thus far. And an off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and with that, the side is retired. 1 left for San Diego. They're down 2-0. Bottom of the 3rd now, and that brings in Anthony Rizzo. Now the 1-1 pitch. Started to chase there. They'll appeal it down to third, and no swing. It's ball 2. Here now the 2-2. He's at the knees and called strike 3. So with 1 gone in the inning, you take a look there at the current National League Western Division standings as you see where the Padres find themselves entering play here today. Hit hard up the middle. He's got it. Throw gets him. 2 down. So bases are empty here with 2 gone. And into bat next, the versatile weapon Javier Baez. Gets him to swing at a pitch down and out of the zone. 1-2.
Super important situation right here for the pitcher to go 1-2-3. Get back in the dugout, regroup. He struggled early, but if he can knock out this 1-2-3 inning, I think he can right the ship.
And the throw is in time. It's a strikeout, and the play at first goes. New inning set to get underway, and set to go as the third baseman, Manny Machado.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
Under this one is Soler, and he'll handle it for the first out.
Now that.
Ready for another chance? Fernando Tatis Jr. He drew a base on balls his first time up. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And that's taken high for a ball. It's full now. 3-2. On deck, there's Eric Hosmer. And he lost him here on 3-2 as that pitch misses. It's ball 4. Stepping into the box, Eric Hosmer. Ready with the 1-1. Shoots this one over to first. And the Friars are into the hit column. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
You know, as a former infielder, Danny, they always say you can't be in 2 places at once, but you got to be a little frustrated right here that ball found the hole.
Yeah, that's a tough thing. You make a quality pitch and a guy shoots one through the right side, normally a vacated spot right there. 9 out of 10 times somebody's there to make that play. Unfortunately not, and now you've got a couple of guys on.
And a wave and a miss on a ball that was way out of the strike zone. There are 2 away now. Got him with a good high fastball there. Danny, we see a lot of that pitch in strikeout situations these days. What makes it so effective?
I think, Matt, what makes it such a tough pitch is you're changing eye levels. That fastball up looks so enticing to hit that you see that ball as a hitter, you think you can drive it, but it's really hard to get on top of that good high hard fastball.
Don't quite know where that one missed, but it's not for me to decide. 3-2.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. Pods leave them loaded. They trail it here 2-0. Just about set to go for the last of the 4th. But before we do that, here's Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cubs to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. It's still pretty early in the game, but they've seen a lot of pitches already. And he thinks the 2 runs they've pushed across so far is just the beginning, given the quality of the at-bats they're putting together.
All right, thanks, Heidi. Into the box now, Jorge Soler. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. And that'll get on through into left for a leadoff single.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Wilson Contreras.
Stepping in now, Wilson Contreras. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. And he will take ball 4. First and second now with nobody out. And that'll bring in the veteran Ben Zobrist. He's 0 for 1 thus far. 2 balls and a strike.
Hey, lots of guys get too aggressive in a spot like this, but he's done a nice job of gaining some count leverage. Look for him to put the ball in play hard.
And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
You fight so hard to get into these type of counts. You can't let this pitch get away from you. You have to keyhole something middle of the plate.
Into right field, that's a base hit. And no sense risking anything here as the bases will be loaded now with still nobody out.
As the pitching coach heads out to the mound, I think this is probably just a case of giving your guy a chance to catch his breath, pump him up a little bit, let him know that he's got it under control.
In now, Victor Caratini. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Needs a punch out here. Can he get it? Yes, he can. A swing and a miss, and that's a big out, number 1. So 1 away here in the Chicago 4th. And into bat next is Albert Almora. High in the air and deep to straightaway left. Back on it is the left fielder. Gone! It's a grand slam. So 1 swing, and he unloads the bases on that one. Second home run early in the year. As they pile on, it's now 6-0.
This is an example of an inning that just gets away from you. A couple of innocent hits, a walk, and the next thing you know, he's watching them all trot around the bases. You don't always see a lot of runs scored in this sport, but sometimes they can be put up in a hurry.
Here comes the Padre manager up out of the dugout heading for the mound. And he's going to motion for the bullpen as that'll be all for his starter this afternoon. So he'll beat an early retreat here this afternoon as he could never really get into the flow of the ball game. Craig Stammen answers the call from the pen here in the 4th as they didn't get the outing they were hoping for from their starter. At the plate, George Springer. A slider that time that runs away. It's 3-1 now. 4 runs here in this half inning. Hit in the air to right field. Pham is there. 2 down.
The first baseman, number 44. Anthony.
Ready for another shot now. Anthony Rizzo. He's grounded out and struck out in his 2 trips to the plate. That's lifted the other way out to left. Left fielder is on the move. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. Another good. Welcome back to the north side of Chicago. Back here at Wrigley Field as we check in with Heidi.
Matt, I talked with San Diego's manager during the inning break about the Padres' offensive production to this point. And one thing he mentioned to me was the lack of discipline he's seeing out of their at-bats right now. He said their pitch selection has been the main reason for their struggles today, as far too often they've been swinging at pitches outside the strike zone. That's leading to a lot of soft contact and easy outs. So the focus going forward is on shrinking the zone and forcing the opposing pitching to throw more strikes.
Thank you, Heidi. And he struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ball game for him.
Right fielder.
So it's back to the top of the order now. And up next, it'll be the outfielder, Tommy Pham. And he missed with it up and in to even things at 2-2.
Wow, kind of an interesting pitch call there. The batter flailed at the pitch away on the previous one, so you'd think you'd go right back there, but instead they decided to come in. Make him prove he can adjust before you do.
And he rings up another one. Make it 9 strikeouts for him in the game. At the plate, Trent Grisham will attempt to put the ball in play for a change here with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. And this will ricochet off of him on the mound. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely. And this has to be a big concern here. This ball came back and got him right in the pitching arm. And that is something you just never want to see. You can see him trying to work this one off. And from all appearances, I think they're going to let him continue. So that at least. And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3. And that will retire. Padres leave one. They won't make a dent in a 6-0 deficit. Set now for the bottom of the 5th, and digging in is the big-time power threat, Chris Bryant. And he'll try to hold back the swing, but he'll do so unsuccessfully as that's ruled a strike. The 1-2 is outside for a ball.
Well, I'll tell you, he's not hitting over 300 by luck. He really knows the strike zone and his own strengths. That last take is a great example.
Ground ball left side, defense set up perfectly, and the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out.
The batter, number 9.
Here's Javier Baez. He went down on strikes last time up.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
And that's the second out. In is Jorge Soler, who was a strikeout victim his first trip and then collected a base hit his last time around. Outside, 2-1. This year against right-handed pitching, Soler is below the Mendoza line. The batting average under 200, unfortunately.
Yeah, Matty, he's well aware of it. Runners in scoring position, that's where you need to be on your game. He's just expanded the zone entirely too much in these situations. You got to be paying attention as an offense in a hitter's meeting in this situation. When you got a guy on the mound that you know the bottom can drop out of any pitch he throws, you have to elevate your sights.
Chases out of the zone for strike 3, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. Cubs are down in order. And that'll bring up Fernando Tatis Jr. It was a walk in his last trip.
This one doesn't look good so far. Down by a boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going, and the last thing you want to do is fall behind where you have to score a bunch in the 8th and 9th inning.
The first baseman.
Striding into the box, Eric Hosmer. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame.
1-2.
A ball and 2 strikes now. Fouled away. And he struck him out. And there's strikeout number 11 in the ballgame.
The great equalizer, the changeup. That was a really good job of getting him to offer that one out of the zone, and it was all set up by the fact that he got ahead.
A swing and a high drive to right center field. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. Padres down in order. They still find themselves down. Step. The 1-1 home. Takes a pass and misses. That's strike 2. Swing, and he pops him up, and that'll get down for a base hit. With that, the Cubs get their leadoff man aboard.
Well, that's what's so disappointing as a pitcher, D-Row. You make a really good pitch, and yet this guy's so big and so strong, he's able to muscle it into right field for a base hit.
Yeah, you hand your batting gloves to the first base coach right there, and you thank your lucky stars. That's a nice AB.
And he takes one off the inside corner for ball 2. The 2-1. Ripped on the ground to first. And a sliding attempt at first, but this sneaks by him, a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Now batting, catcher, Victor Caratini.
Into the box now, Victor Caratini. And it misses. 3-1 now.
Somebody's getting frustrated. He's not used to getting hit around like this.
Here's the 3-1. A bouncer up the middle. Reined in. Profar for one. Back to first, but he wasn't able to set his feet that time as he gets knocked down, and they only get one.
The center fielder, number 5.
Trying to pick things up where we left off, Albert Almora. And he's got runners at the corners here with only one gone. The 1-2 misses, ball 2. Here now the 2-2. And the runner's coming home. Here's a little chopper up the middle. And indeed, he'll take only the out at first as the run comes in to score. George Springer the next to hit. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. The 3-2 pitch. Here's a shot to right field, and that's going to be in for a base hit. Caratini blows through the stop sign, headed for home. But no, he'll put on the brakes and head back to third.
Up next to the call.
Into the box, Anthony Rizzo. And he hasn't quite had the same fortune at the plate as many of his teammates. No hits for him so far. Hard hit ball to second. Fielded cleanly. Throw to first in time, and the big inning is avoided as the only one in the inning for the Cubs. 7th inning coming up. The Cubbies are in front 7-0. Tyler Chatwood is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7. This ball will be chopped foul. The 1-2. And that's a swinging strike 3 in the dirt. Caratini goes to get it, and he makes the throw to first. France is retired, and there's one away.
Second baseman,
Here's Jurickson Profar. Batter-pitcher matchup numbers with Tyler Chatwood. Not a big sample size, 0 for 1. Count even at 2-2. And now a pitch on the way. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
Up next to the Padres.
2 outs now in the San Diego 7th. And that'll bring in the catcher, Francisco Mejia. And he'll come back with 1 in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. All even now, 2-2. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And another foul ball. Here's one that misses inside, and the count's run full now, 3-2.
Well, he really needs to make this guy swing the bat right here. He's not the type of hitter you want to dance around with.
He'll try it again, 3-2. On the 8th pitch of the at-bat is the one that finally does it as he wears him down. Last half of the 7th here, and into bat next, former National League MVP Chris Bryant. A ball and a strike now to Bryant. A ball and 2 strikes. Action now in the Padre bullpen as it looks like a right-hander's getting loose out there. The 1-2 is looked at for ball number 2. And that misses there, so he runs the count full now.
Hey, that's a nice take by the batter right there, but that's a non-competitive off-speed pitch. Got to do better to at least entice a swing.
Line toward right center. But this will not elude the right fielder's grasp as he ranges over to handle it for the first out.
The batter, number 9.
Next will be the cleanup hitter, Javier Baez. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. And here's a ball hit in the air. And no one will track it down. 7 runs, 10 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Good plate discipline to lay off the slider that time, and he draws even at 2-2. 2-2 now to Baez. Here's one for Profar at second. And he'll whip this one over to first, and he gets his man for the second out.
Now batting.
Stepping up now, Jorge Soler. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Sometimes you just got to tip your cap to the guy on the mound. He's getting paid to try and get you out.
There's a swing and a drive, and everybody's just going to sit back and watch that one fly. A no-doubt home run. It's a solo shot for Jorge Soler. Second home run early in the year as they've widened this lead to 8 now.
Well, this guy's been unhittable all year, but eventually you knew somebody would get to him. That's the first home run he's given up all year. But like all good relievers, he has to have a short memory and put it behind him.
At the plate now, Wilson Contreras. Now this one is blasted to left field, and there's no doubt about it. Back-to-back jacks. A solo shot that time for Wilson Contreras. Fourth home run here in the early going as they've pushed this lead up to 9 now. So that was the third home run for these guys today.
D-Rose, some days the fellows walk in with their hitting shoes on, and this looks like one of those games.
Yeah, but there's a saying going around the dugout right now. There's a fight at the bat round. Everybody wants a chance to get into that batter's box.
Matt Strahm comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one. So now to the plate, Derek Dietrich, and he misses ball 4. So he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces. Nico Horner will be summoned now to be the pinch runner. 1-1, here it is. Now a ball swung on and heading for the stands in right, and that'll move the count to 1-2 now. From the belt, the pitch. Now a swing, and he pops him up. This is right out in front of the mound. And Hosmer will just look this one in the... Nico Horner stays in the ballgame in the 8th spot and takes over at second base. All set for the start of the inning, and up next it'll be the outfielder Tommy Pham.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
Stepping into the box, Trent Grisham. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. Skied in the air to straightaway left. There to pull it in is Soler, and there are 2 away. Standing in, Manny Machado. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone.
Pretty good breaking ball to lay off of right there. If I'm pitching, I might think this guy might be sitting on something off speed.
The 3-2 now to Machado. Hopped up. And he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory, and that ends the inning. And now here's the versatile outfielder Albert Almora Jr. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. Nearly a big fly to start the inning. Instead, a foul ball. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
Now this is on the ground for Hosmer over there at first, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. So one gone here in the Chicago 8th, and that brings in George Springer. And he fouls this one off. And now time is called as a beach ball has made its way out into left field here. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first and no swing. It's ball 2. Here now the 2-2. Waiting next is Anthony Rizzo. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Easy fly ball into shallow center field. Back goes Grisham. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out. Now to the plate, Anthony Rizzo. Struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0-for-4 ball game right here. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Long run for the center fielder. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. But they'll. Up next is Fernando Tatis Jr. starting things for his side in the 9th as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
And a swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the 9th. First baseman Eric Hosmer is in. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, and this is the guy for me. I think this is the guy in the clubhouse that the guys truly gravitate towards. The total package of Eric Hosmer's game is really special.
Hosmer's able to lay off, so he'll move to first on the free pass. Stepping up to the plate, Josh Naylor. He flew out in his last at-bat. And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1.
Hey, he threw that pitch with a purpose to get a double play. Good job to let it go by, though, as a hitter.
Popped him up. Caratini is there. And he makes the catch for the second out. Digging in to try it again. Ty France 0 for 2 for him to this point. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. San Diego down to their final strike. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Crowd of over 39,000 on their feet. Maybe trying to back him up a bit there with the fastball.
Well, this has been a good at-bat. He's now worked the count full to 3-2. It allows the runner on first.
And with that, I can finally say the 4 words I've had on my mind for what seems like an eternity. This ball game is over. A 9-0 shutout final in this ball game. The Chicago Cubs jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Chris Archer notches his 3rd win of the year, permitting only 2 hits in 6 complete innings. Joey Lucchesi couldn't escape the 4th inning as he slapped with the loss. Tyler Chatwood takes the rare 3-inning save, his first of the year. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.